Hey everyone, just an update on the 300 here. I did the second dose yesterday of the potassium permanganate. So far so good. We did 2 doses yesterday. I did a double dosage, doubled up on the amount that I had put in the first time. So just trying to knock it out of the tank completely. I'm going to do a total of 3 doses, so I will wait another day or two, probably another 2 days. Do it over the weekend some point, and hit it with a 3rd dose of the potassium. I did also dose yesterday with Pro, so I will leave that in there for I think it's at least 3 to 5 days, dosing with it before I either do a water change or hit it with a 2nd dose of the Pro. So so far so good. No issues with the fish from the potassium, no effects I should say. They all are looking really good. Colors are spot on, very bright colors. They all seem to be very happy, healthy, and eating. So I'm hoping at this point that we've turned around here now with this situation of the fish dying off. I did lose a few more fish this week, so unfortunately, I guess that's how it goes, but you know, hopefully we're gonna get things turned around here and move forward. So the only guy I'm worried about now is this guy, another guy that's shown up with bloat, and he looks terrible. I figure at this stage there's really nothing I can do for him. So you know, a bunch of people have recommended just leave him in the tank and dose with some Epsom salt. So I did end up putting some Epsom salt in the tank to try to relieve that. But usually when they're at this stage of bloat, it's really too late anyway. So fingers crossed that he pulls through, but I don't really see that happening, unfortunately. So anyways, moving on, I'm down to probably about, it's hard to tell, but there's probably about 50 fish or so in here right now. I did have at one point 70 or 75 fish. I noticed that with the higher number of fish, there's definitely less aggression. Now they seem to be chasing each other around more and becoming more territorial than they used to be. You know, now that there's less fish in the tank, of course. So I definitely believe in having more fish in the tank to keep the aggression down. Works. It definitely works for me, and that's the reason why I did, you know, have so many fish at one point. But on the flip side, I will contradict myself now and say that I definitely like the look of how it looks now with less fish, even though there's still 50 fish in here. It's a large tank with you know, a large filtration system on it. So so far so good. Hopefully the issue with the fish dying, for whatever reason it was, is turning around now, and it'll all be good, you know, from here. Just a quick look at the sump here. Everything is running really well. I did a pretty good clean on it yesterday, so it's nice and clean today, even though the filter sock and the bed matting here looks nasty, but it was changed out yesterday. Got the K1 media moving really good with the big size pump in there, and there's a large air pump that's also adding oxygen to the water, so plenty of oxygen. A bunch of crushed coral I had added to the return section. There's 50 pounds in here of crushed coral. That seems to actually really be helping the tank out big time, stabilizing the KH and the pH. It was pretty low just because my tap water is low and I don't really believe in chasing it. So I did throw this crushed coral in here, and over the course of the last 2 weeks it has really come up and stabilized more in you know, acceptable parameters, if you want to consider it that or call it that. Again, I don't chase pH or KH. It is what it is, and I'm going to leave it where it's at as long as it's stable. My fish are happy. So just changed out the UV sterilizer bulb up here. And one major thing I did was the aquaponics system I had over here. I kind of took it apart. I cleaned it all out. Here is the flower pot holder, whatever you want to call it. Basically I had all this lava rock on the bottom with that was covered with aquaponics clay balls. So I'm just trying to you know, go back to the basics here and get everything cleaned up and try to eliminate whatever problems I can. I don't know if that aquaponic system was causing an issue somehow, maybe you know, something in the plant or somehow fertilizer got in there. I don't know what could have happened, but kind of going back to square one. I don't know if I'm going to turn this back on or not. If I do, I might just put plants in there. I might just put filter media. I'm not really sure. So if you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to throw them out there as to what I should do with the aquaponics system at this point. So otherwise, everything is looking good. Water is pretty clear. Everything's going well. So these guys are eating, look healthy, happy, colorful. So fingers crossed.